Hi guys, this is Denis Hagov and our electrotransport store is csale.com. So if you are interested in the electric unicycles, we can ship in all Europe, all continental Europe. Many products we have in stock, so many common, most wanted products like the Liperkims and like the INMOTION King Song. So we have in stock, so fast delivery in Europe. Just you can find our website in the contacts below, so contact us and we can deliver you a wheel you want. And today for a review we have a INMOTION V9, as I was promised, but my next review will be about the INMOTION V9, and I really was waited for such wheels on the market to show up, because you know we all now have only super fast, super heavy wheels, and all manufacturers in the past few years now are focused in the performance to make the fastest, heaviest, and more expensive wheels here. So the line will show up in the next few months. So the INMOTION V9 first one. We're also waiting for the NOSFET Aero, and we're also waiting for the new one, Extreme Bull Rocket. So the same dimension wheel, same diameter of a wheel. In the motorcycle dimension it is 10-inch rim, and the tire on it is 10 on 3-inch. And so, okay, let's start as usually my review. I will start from the overall looking of that wheel, ergonomics, design and features. We will go to the specification, my riding experience and my final conclusion. So first of all, you can see the wheel here on the table, and honestly I can say you that when you see the wheel, the V9 on the pictures, it looks like it's a really very small one wheel. But I can tell you honestly that if we will compare them, so with, for example, with the INMOTION V12, so I think it is almost the same dimension. It is a little bit thinner, you know, from the sides, but overall, as we can see, it is quite big one. So in that purpose, I mean, if you want to, you know, to have small one wheel to put it somewhere, so the V9 is not such small wheel as you can see. And sorry. And I think that, you know, this is the first one generation V9, and it has the battery 750 watt-hour. And I think that maybe in the future we will see the showing on the market V9F or maybe V9S model, and this one will have bigger battery, about 1000 watt hours maybe, or something like that in the future. So I think that I don't disassemble that wheel, but I think that they left the room for the bigger battery in my opinion. So overall looking of that wheel, you can see here the pedal, tire are street for that wheel, and this is for the such purpose wheels. It is very good tire, and I was riding also in the forest paths, in the forest roads. It's some type of a light off-road, so behave of that tire is good both and normal road and off-road. You can ride it. Of course it is not high performance wheel, not so fast, not so powerful, but anyway, if you need, you can ride it everywhere you want, so no problem for me at all. A little bit about that tire, but you have a small one rim dimension here and quite fat tire, and the behave of the wheel a little bit different for the usual, compared to the usual wheels we have on the market, and something, you know, feeling when you're riding it, when you're manipulating and doing cornering, something remembers me the Z10 and M10 when you need to ride it and to make the corners a little bit different riding style, with a different riding style compared to the normal dimension big one wheels. So this just need, you know, you need to ride a little bit, you know, to feel that and to understand that behave. But overall I can say you that this wheel are going behaving and going stable from the speed 0 till 45 kilometers per hour, no problem. I was thinking how it will be possible, you know, to ride such a fast, you know, with such a small one rim. but it is okay and no problem for the stability and control on the speed 40 kilometers per hour, and this is very important one solution. So such a rim can be, can be, you can live with that rim, with that dimension if you are riding mostly, in the city, and such a dimension, gives the smaller one, overall smaller one motor dimension, and it's much easier for that motor to rise the speed till 40 and to stop it. So the wheel are really very dynamic here, and I like that behave from that wheel. But this is good one solution for the urban, for the city riding, and so on. This is important part. You can see the foot plates here. Foot plates made, from one piece. It is have spikes, but overall, you can change the spikes. So if the spikes, will trim, so you will need to change the pedals here. But overall, comfortable and ergonomically putting your legs on that foot plates are good, and how the legs are going here also very good, and the wheel are going without any pads, as you can see. So no power pads, and I think you don't need the power pads for that wheel. The reason I will explain it, because this wheel not so powerful, and operating just only with your body will give you more, I think, more safe here, just because you will not overplay with that and you will not over push that wheel. Because as I said, this wheel is not high performance wheel. It's not meant to be high off-road jumping and so on. So it's meant to ride normally, daily, to your work and back and so on, maybe doing some type of holidays, research of new areas and so on. So for such purposes you don't need power pads, but if you will put here power pads, you have big, big opportunity, to overpower it and over push it. And I was really, tried to climb quite hard, angle hill. I was push it a little bit more, and I was feeling like we will say it's overpower, and so on. Immediately, appears the malfunction, sign here on the wheel screen. And I was understanding, but if I will push it with my power pads, I would cut off that wheel immediately. So here you need to understand, this wheel gives you good opportunity to ride from 0 till 45 fast, dynamically, but not overplay with that, not overplay. Some same feeling and same explaining I was telling about the King Song S16. I was saying, but it is fast, dynamic from the 0, gives you that feeling what it is fast, but you need to ride carefully because you can easily over push that wheel and have your cut off. So here, guys, really need to understand that this is a small one wheel. Regarding the design, you can like it, somebody likes it, somebody don't like that design wheel. It is just up to you. I will leave it up to you to decide you like it or not, because I cannot say about design something like. For me, I understand why they made such a design. They wanted to make new one, good looking urban riding wheel, daily riding, and they made that, in my opinion. You can like it or not, it is just up to you. Overall, the design is good, in my opinion. The plastic materials, we can find same solution like in the INMOTION V12, and overall, like they combining that wheel, like they made, they put here many solutions from the another wheels they made already on the market. For example, we have here trolley handle, and if you can see this similar trolley handle and all these mechanisms similar to the INMOTION V12. Same button here, button to power off the motor. This one, very similar here, handle to trolley it. Regarding the handle, a little bit too small with my height, 1 meter 84 centimeters. I miss about the 5 centimeters here to that handle to stay, straight and trolley it. But if I little bit, need to lean, to the ground to take it here normally. So for the height till 1 meter and 80 centimeters it will be fine for you. For the girls and who are a little bit smaller, all will be fine. From the 1 meter 80, little bit uncomfortable, but you can still use it quite easily. So as I said, solution same like we saw it in the INMOTION V12 here. And it is, for sure, it is full metal here, trolley handle and overall handle, like overall mechanism are full metal here. Regarding the screen, it stepped back from the INMOTION V12, and I little bit upset here. Because I like that touch screen, I like all these graphics and possibilities, you know, to go to the settings and set up the wheel without using your mobile phone. So now we have here cheaper one solution, and I think they just wanted to keep, you know, cheaper price for that product, so they returned it to usual screen like we see in the Bigodi wheels and so on. Just basic information like the charging. Basic information of speed, you know, and riding modes. We add here the riding modes like we added firstly we saw in the INMOTION V14, like the sport mode, drive mode. When you put it like that on the stand, is writing you what it is in the parking mode right now. And if you lock the wheel, the lock sign here also will be appeared what the wheel are locked. Regarding the brightness of a screen, I reported to the INMOTION that we have here the tint glass, plastic glass, not glass but plastic tint, and it is tint too much, and when you're riding not only on the sun but just the quite bright daily light without sun, it's almost impossible to see what shows on that screen. So the digits too small for the battery percentages. Sorry guys for the battery. Speed a little bit bigger, but I cannot see that because the blinks of the screen when you are riding blinks from the trees, and so it is not possible to normally to look at it and see it. Normally see that, so it is a problem. I saw that in the daylight you will see nothing here 100%. This is first moment, and the second one important moment, what the plastic are made from the soft material, and as you can see on the pictures, it gets scratched very fast. We will almost a few days only. I was making 2 test rides, and I already see what all these, you know, scratches. I'm trying to sorry guys, I trying to just to clean it, you know, with dry material, but anyway, when I'm trying to clean it, I see what small scratches, new scratches are appear. So, and that scratches also making the looking to the screen, you know, worse and worse with that time. Also was reported to INMOTION what said, "What guys, you need to do something here to make that, you know, material harder maybe, but not to get so scratched so fastly." Anyway, we have what we have now. Regarding the front lamp, and you can see the front lamp here, so it is, we saw that solution from the INMOTION V11. It has daylight. I can power it on for you for a second. You can see it has daylight, it has the light also, and the light are cutted like the INMOTION V11, but here we made some new upgrades, but you can now adjust the angle of the light, made it like the cornering of that, you know, and overall all this mechanism looking quite good, and you can easily adjust, you know, the angle where you want to the lamp will, you know, will bright to you to the road. And that depends, you know, how you adjust your pedal angle and so on. So this feature is really needed, you know, for the up-to-date wheels. You can adjust it by your own. Overall, you can see all this design looking quite good with logo and so on. Here also you can see where we're going, you know, with LED lights, and also this one here, design elements. All like the seems good, but all these moments here are making very dusty very fast, you know, when you're riding city or off-road. So, and the cleaning of all that stuff, you know, it is a moment you need to be prepared, but it's quite hard to clean. You know, it is easy to clean here, just, you know, clean it fastly, but very hard to clean here. You need to sit and clean it, because I like to see my wheels always clean it, you know, and good shape. For me, it is very important one part. Regarding the backlight, I will show you also a little bit here. So we will power on the wheel. So we have here, this is the stop one light, and here we have turning light. And now I will not show you, I think, like that when you're stopping. When you're turning, this one showing the direction where you are turning. And the idea is, and the moment is, what I like it, for example, when we had firstly saw that turning lights solution, for example, for the Liperkim, so the lights was blinking, and same for the bigode. So the lights are blinking immediately when you start turning your wheel. So if you are going on the road, so the lights are blinking, turning lights are blinking always, and that's made no sense for the usage of that turning light, because who are going behind of you, they see always what the lights are blinking in all directions. When you a little bit, you know, change your smallly change your direction. So worthless solution. But here for that wheel, so if you're riding and turning a little bit, the lights are not working. And when you're only going in the some type of angle, when you're really, you know, want to make the turning, when the lights start working. And I like that solution, what they made, that, you know, safe gap between, you know, when you're just riding, you know, like that, or you making the turn. So this is great. But another one moment is what all and turning lights and the stop lights are red. So for the for the USA it is good. We are using red turn lights. For Europe we're using yellow turn lights. So not good, but you can live with that. It's their decision was to make it red. Anyway, not bad for the such wheel. We also have here speakers on the top. I was not able to connect my mobile phone. I have Samsung Galaxy with flip phone, new one. How it calls? Galaxy, not flip, but Fold. Galaxy Fold 5, I think, or 4 maybe 5. No, so it's one of the newest on mobile phone, but I was not able to connect with Bluetooth music. I don't know why. It's searching but not finding. But another one phone was able to connect. I don't know the reason of that. Just connect with another one phone. So just keep it in mind. But maybe if you will buy it, your phone will not working with that, or you need to find additional some type of solution to find how to connect them. Still, it is open one question, but I just needed to speak about that. But this is the moment also I was meeting when I was, you know, reviewing that wheel overall. So what's next? And next I want to speak about the user manuals and so on. And we have the pump, and the pump are really good. I like that. But we have here normal one variation what you can easily, you know, put it, you know, to the chamber. You have here red one to release the air from the cable. So really good one, and quite fastly I can pump the chambers on the wheel. We also have here the charger, and the interesting moment what for the first batch, like the demo batch for the resellers, for the dealers, like we received with a 4 amps, 84 volts, 4 amps charger. But in the user manual and INMOTION said what the future batches will go with a traditional 2 amps charger only. I don't know solution. Why they made that solution I don't know, but just keep it in mind what for the first batch 4 amps, for the future batches 2 amps chargers, and maybe they will change here something, I don't know, but you need to know that. From the back we have only one charging port, We have also USB port for the charging your mobile devices extra, and also have Type-C one port for the Type-C cable to charge your mobile phone or else wherever you want to charge it fastly, power bank or maybe or something like that. We also have some type of two user manuals, and one is only disclaimer like how you should safely write, and the interesting moment what they said what till 50 years. I have 43 now, so 7 left years for me to ride that wheel like the INMOTION says. Interesting moment, but anyway, they are manufacturers, they know what they are doing. Till 50 you can ride with that wheel. Funny. And we have small one, this one like the bigody type, the user manual with very low data, very low information about overall that wheel. And that's for me. I also reported that moment to the INMOTION, but I said what this is not the user manual. We have here wheel dimensions. You have some type of a manual how to pump your suspension, and idea is I will speak a little bit more about suspension soon, but this one is not correct one, for the pumping. Misunderstands you that table, and also a little bit information about the screen and meanings of the screen, like the sport mode, speed, and so on. What here in the screen, what is meaning, and specification, and that's it. But this one wheel are up-to-date wheel with many functionals, new features, and so on inside that wheel, how you can adjust that. And they just write nothing here. We have new one app, from the INMOTION exactly made for that wheel, so you need to update your INMOTION app if you're buying that wheel. So, and new features like the eSIM, and this one, first one wheel on the market with integrated eSIM. eSIM, this one gives you opportunity to monitor your wheel wherever you want worldwide. So if a wheel are outdoor, it connects, I don't know, GPS with eSIM. So you can, if you're owner of that wheel, you can just easily, see your wheel in the Google Maps and wherever, Yandex, maybe on our maps, so you can easily see where your wheel are right now. It is very good one moment if somebody will steal your wheel, so you can, you can see, you can find that wheel. And even you can remotely block that wheel, and that's really also really great feature where you can just block that wheel and where people cannot ride with that, so easily. So this one is really good solution, new feature needed for the future, for the up-to-date wheels, but also nothing how to how to adjust, how to operate, where to find. You need to find to research by yourself. So also many features like the drive modes. For example, here is parking, like staying on the parking stand, like you see here. Also we have drive mode and sport mode. Here nothing said about that. What is the difference between them in power, in the riding style, or in the maximum speed, and so on. Nothing here. And in the app, you cannot find how to switch between the sport and drive. You can find only the off-road mode and the commuting mode. So the commuting is drive, the off-road is sport. So there are different, meanings, what you see here on screen and what you have in your app. And also nothing says here how to adjust, so if you will connect and go to the settings, you see many our features you can activate and use in that wheel, and nothing said how and what difference and what features what will do for that wheel. So for me it's a little bit disappointed, but I am I think I can say that I'm quite professional here in that hobby for the 7 years, in reviewing all the wheels on the market, but I still don't know, the difference between some modes here. And for me, like for the technician guys, I like to read and understand the meaning. And for our customers who will buy, we will call me, they will ask me, what this functional doing, what this setting are doing, and I don't know. So I also reported to INMOTION, just wanted you to know that for me, for the such up-to-date wheel, we need normal user manual with all this, here listed, all these settings, how to set up and what setting, what do. Okay, let's speak about something else. Overall, about the speed and about my riding feelings, so ergonomically very balanced, very good. Riding fast, I was really afraid, but I will be not safe, to ride fast, because with a full gear on me, my weight is 110 kilograms. I'm quite heavy. From the winter plus 4 kilograms easily for me right now, so I'm trying to lose that weight right now. But anyway, 110 kilograms, with a full gear helmets, jackets, and all this, gear. So quite, heavy one guy. And the wheel are small, battery not so big, and for me it was very important, I will be able, to run that speed, so the maximum speed for that wheel is 45. I was riding 42.3, and mostly I was riding 40, with that wheel when I made it the test ride. You can see on the video, so my speed was constantly 36, 37, 40, 42 and such a speed. And as I said, it's very good that they made that wheel not going 40 but 45. And when on the 45 we have a tilt back, but you can cruise on 40, and that's really good, and that speed is needed for such small wheel to ride dynamically and to ride quite fast in the city. If you need to through past some areas, you just accelerate and going 40, and that's really cool. And as I said, the dimension of the wheel, the power it provides, it's very good power from the 0 till 40. It accelerates till 40, 45 very easily. Just you think about that, you even don't need power pads, just think and wheel are going. If you need to stop, quite good acceleration and quite good stopping. That's it, no problems at all. For example, for the V10F, the max was 40, but overall it was not going more than the 38 kilometers per hour. So here, completely different story. 0-40, no problem. Few seconds and you have already 40, 42, and for such a small capacity wheels, battery capacity, and small tire, wheel, really very good results in the dynamic. I like that so much, and I feel like driving in the city, it's pleasure to drive in the city with that wheel. It feels so easy to drive it, and overall the weight of that wheel I was measured, so the INMOTION said that the wheel will weight 24 kilograms. So I measured that, you can see the photo, 24.1 kilograms. So what they was declared, firstly, they meet that requirement, 24 kilos, really good weight, to have the wheel for daily riding, not sporty, but daily riding, over town and to work and back and so on. Also really very good one moment. Regarding the overall mileage, and here also very important moment, I want you to clearly, I will say, but you will need to understand it clearly. So I was able to go with that wheel, very fun ride, so with a speed always from 0 till 40, and mostly about 40 kilometers per hour I was riding. So in the such temp I was able to run 21 kilometers with such a high speed, with such a small one wheel. 21 kilometers with a speed 40 kilometers per hour, with my weight 110 kilos with a full gear. This is very important that moment. Overall, till we're almost completely discharged, when the pedals are start going, and the wheel starts saying me, please get out of the wheel. So overall 26 6.5 kilometers, and that's it. And left about 7% of the batteries of a wheel, so I was still able to stay on that and ride few hundred meters till it's saying get out, but I was not testing that because it is not a riding anymore. But overall, 26, normally you can ride with that wheel. 21 kilometers with a very fast riding, very fun, and 5 kilometers with a reduced speed. And it start reduced speed 40 from the 20% of a battery. So what it was 21 kilometer and 20% of a battery left, and after it start reducing speed till 36, 35, 34. No, battery are draining fast and the speed are reducing more and more and more. So you just need to understand what this wheel are going from 100% till the 20%. When you have 20% left, you need to understand what you left about the 6 kilometers, maybe 7 to ride more, and that's it will be to complete, discharge of the wheel. So need to keep it in mind and have that level, of your fun ride from 100 till 20. When you have 20% left, that's it. You need to go fastly, not fastly, but you need to understand what you need to recharge the wheel or, going home, and the journey for you is completed. So I know, but many people will say, wow, it's only 20 kilometers, but this wheel provides you possibility to go fastly and to have fun. That's very important moment. If you will ride it in the drive mode, if you will not push it always from the 0 till 40, and going 40 mostly, if you're going normally 25-30 kilometers per hour, and if your weight will be about 70-60 kilograms, you will be able to run more than the 40 kilometers with no problem. But what I want to say and what I really like in that wheel, if you need, can provide you fun ride and good performance. This is very important moment, and that performance I was tested with my weight and my riding style. So this is very important moment. So I like that. So just I wanted, but my words will be not cut it what I say it, like this wheel can be ridden only 21 kilometers and that's it. No, not 21 with a full fun. This is very important moment. So, and last one. Of course, all okay with that, what I was saying about that, with what I was reviewing. I have here only one, moment. Also, I was reported that speaking about that with INMOTION fabric manufacturer is about the suspension, and suspension here, in my opinion, need to be updated. And the idea what they take the suspension, all this principle of the suspension they take from the INMOTION V11, but these shocks they are using here has smaller travel, but overall the same principle of working. You have two chambers, upper chamber and main chamber. Main chamber, you are putting the air, pumping the air to make that, overall, to make that shock working, and you have here in your user manual, you have table what I was speaking, what is not correct. For example, for me, from the 100 till 130 kilograms, I need to put in the down chamber. Here I need to put from the 200 till 220 psi, and nothing says about when inflating the upper chamber and how it depends. Nothing says here how it depends with working the upper chamber with down chamber. So nothing here, right? Just put the 220 psi if your weight are more than 100 kilograms. That's I was do it, and I put it 220 in the both chambers and the both shocks, and I put here, I just remember it, but in the INMOTION V11 we needed to have a pressure of up chamber about 50 psi, but nothing says here. But I was understanding what the upper chamber are responsible for the rebound, and as much you push more air in the upper chamber, so better rebound, slower rebound you will have. Like it was working like that. So I was putting 50 here, 220 here, and I was going for the test ride. And what I was head. But overall, preload when I staying, it was good. Because overall traveling is very small for that wheel. But preload, when I was staying, I see like it was about the 30% of all travel. Because we need preload to release, to have the room for the going the wheel, back. When you're hitting some bump, the wheel are going not up but wheel going down. For that moment we need to have the room in the shock absorber to let the wheel going down. And the idea is for the such specification, when you're making such a normal preload, about 30% of all suspension, and the suspension travel are very small here. So we have a problem, but the wheel has no room to going down. And also this wheel don't have some type of a rubber, bumpers. So every time when the wheel going, down in the hole, you have a very noisy, hard, bouncing, clicking sound on that all body. When the shock absorber just hit the plastic, I don't know, it hits the plastics or it hits the metal parts, but it's hit so hard that I have vibration on all my body. You understand? You need to, for example, you have one step, you're going from the step, and in that moment, in the air, the suspension going, the wheel release the maximum, release the suspension and release the wheel in the front, and in that moment you have that bump in the air, clanks, and when you're hitting the ground and the wheel are going, all this wheel going inside. And so, but in that moment you have that, clicking bump. And it is bound so fast. So really, in such table, if you are putting the air regarding that table, you have not the shock absorber like you need, like you understand how the shock absorbers are working. You have just the air spring. You put the air and have the air spring, and that air spring, going so fast as air has possibility to release that. And this is the problem. Firstly, I was reported to INMOTION and said, "What, hey guys, it's not working. It's not possible because I don't have shock absorbers. I have just air springs. I am going and the wheel are bouncing like that. Little bit more heat. You can see that on the video." So it hits a little bit more, and always I have that heat of per all wheel going to my legs, and that's really annoying that moment. So INMOTION said that I need to play with air, and find my own solution. So I will do not speak a lot about that here. So idea is that I released the air from the down chamber till 170 psi. And regarding this table, they provides 170 psi is for the weight 80 till 90 kilograms. So 80 till 90, 150 till 170. So 85 kilos, but my weight is 110. And so I release it till 170 here, but upper chambers I put the air 100 psi per shock, 100 psi to the upper. So that gives me, firstly, the wheel preload are now wrong, and almost more than the 50% of all preloads eating by my weight on that wheel, but I am releasing, releasing this returning back here. So overall I have less room for the suspension to travel, but still good if you are going just in the normal road with some not big bumps, not so crazy off-roading. It is working, and you have room, for the traveling for that, and this 100 psi on the top, like the rebound, making the suspension going much slower for the rebound and kicking back, So in that, for me, in that type of, adjusting, it's working. But anyway, when my speed are rising more than the 30, and when I have a bigger one, hole, still bumps, I still get that, and I say to INMOTION, but guys, made here some type of rubber or to not to hit that hard to that body of a wheel, because I understand that this is not good, because it's hitting so hard. As I said, I don't know, it's plastic or metal metal to plastic or metal to metal, but anyway, with such hitting, it would something will definitely broke here. It is not normal to have that strong hitting, but overall it is working. You are possible to ride normally, but not extremely with such manipulation. So, returning to that manual, as I said, you need to find your own settings to working that correctly. So, less air in the down chamber and put the more air in the up chamber, and to play with that, that air pressure between them. This is one moment, and second one moment, of course, what you will need to to make that wheel working correctly as possible as it can be. Of course, sorry guys, you cannot compare this suspension for the new one wheels like the Liperkim have and so on, with a normal suspension. It is day and night, but still, like the suspension, you can find that, but you can need to understand that you need to adjust that suspension quite often. And I even think if you will ride all day long, next day you will need to adjust it once more to ensure that you have that, exactly that air pressure in that small chambers, because here the chambers are so small, so you put here 100 psi, so the overall the quantity of air are so small here, so you have one and you have 0 psi in that chamber, and this is a very important moment. So I know that many users, I just know it from the time when we had sellings of V11, so many users was never, never pumping up chambers. They just pump it, down chambers, and that's it, till it stopped working. When they repump it and going so on. So as the experience are showing what the people, they want to buy and ride, they don't want to play with that. So I'll okay with INMOTION V9, and I like it so much as a product for its price, for its weight, for its performance, and so on. I understand that product, but that suspension, will need you always to play with that, with that moment. And still, as I said, if you will start riding aggressively, more aggressive, that hitting bumps will annoy you, and you just need to know that and prepare for that. So guys, I think that's it. I was speaking a lot about that wheel. You decide you need it or not. I think that we'll have possibility to take the place on the market, own place on the market for the small one wheels, who wanted, upgrade small wheel to new one. So I think this is a good solution. And soon I will show you 2 more reviews with NOSFET Aero and Extreme Bull Rocket. Same dimension, more performance, small one wheel. So see you guys soon. Tomorrow we have season open in Latvia. I'm going to my friends to the Riga, and many other Lithuanian guys were going also with unicycles. So we will have big party. I think I will make some type of a live. I will also bring the INMOTION V9 and to take for the riders opportunity. I will give opportunity for the riders to test that wheel, and for me will be interesting what another riders will say about that wheel. Of course, we will speak in Russia, but I think I will, maybe translate a little bit for the English also, guys. Or you can just add, the capture and see the translation, from the capture. So, guys, see you soon. Denis Khagov, ucssail.com. Bye-bye.